Does your day sometimes look like total chaos in the business? Everybody wants something from you and you're all over the place, putting out fires day and even in the night? Well, if that's the case for you, then this is definitely for you. We're gonna deep dive into what you need to change in the organization of yourself and your business to make sure everything runs like a well-oiled machine and you can scale your agency, e-com brand or online business to 7 and 8 figures the most efficient way possible without neglecting your health or burning out along the way. Hey, this is Kilian, and the biggest challenge we've seen a lot of agency and e-com brand owners have is that they don't really have their business well organized. And it's actually deeper than that. Actually, themselves, their own way of being organized or structuring themselves is also not really dialed in. So let me show you what I mean. We have worked with agency owners from just a few employees all the way up to 30, 40 or more employees. Same thing with e-com brands or other online entrepreneurs. And what we see a lot is that it's crazy that a lot of this has been built not with good systems and organization, but just through hustle and working through it and so on. So while that is of course cool, it brought you to a certain level, it has a cost, right? Because you're spending many hours inefficiently. Now, this is a problem. Why? Because it leaves you guilty, it leaves you frustrated, stressed, and neglecting the most important tasks in your business, which are setting up processes, hiring new people, delegating, strategy work, bringing in money, all of this type of high level work that you should be doing as the owner of your business. So what is the change that needs to happen? First of all, you need to understand what's the level of my business organization right now? How well is it organized? How well is it structured? First of all, ask yourself, do I have clear company documentation? Do, for example, all my employees have access to an employee handbook, all about what we do, what are important for us, what we expect from our team members, expectations, the values, the virtues that we like to see, plus additionally, how we run things, who is responsible for what, and so on. Everything should be documented, also the way you communicate. When do you have meetings? How often do you have meetings? Do you do things more in an async way? Why is that so important? Because then you can refer people to this, and in the onboarding they go through that and they directly understand how things are done at your company. I don't always come to you with any little thing that costs you more time and you always answer the same questions. Okay, step number 2, do you have a clear SOP library inside a documentation? That's very important because it should be there for every area of your business, be it marketing, be it sales, be it operations, finance. Everywhere should be SOPs being implemented. And then a little hack for you: whenever someone asks you something that isn't yet in the SOP library and you can only answer it, then you need to get into the habit of documenting things. You basically record the process and then you put it in the library. You can even then have another person go through it, write it down into an SOP from the video, and then boom, you have an SOP. You just done the job, the other person puts it into an SOP. Then the third one is your meeting cadence. Of course, a lot of people, they have meetings, but some of them are not very efficient. That's another problem. If you just pop in meetings for everything, then you will lose a lot of time, and also people don't get into the habit of taking care of stuff themselves. They just always think, oh, let's have a meeting first and talk things through. It's very inefficient. Much better is it to have a set of meetings, of course, a weekly meeting, monthly meetings, then for the departments, some other types of meetings. But a lot of things can be also done via async, so asynchronous type of communication, which means that you communicate without having to be live. So without on a phone call, without on a Zoom chat or a Zoom call or so on. Instead, you send a Loom video, you send a text, you send an update here, and then everybody in their own time gets back to it. That's especially powerful for remote teams, but to be able to do this properly, you need good structures, you need to have good communication, expectations set in the onboarding, in that company documentation. What we personally do in our team is we have a morning check-in where everybody writes, what their focus is for today. And then in the evening, we have a report where they write, okay, they rate on a traffic light how well it went, if they have any challenges, if they're stuck somewhere, and then they tag the other person, right, that they need some help from. And this is super nice because it always allows you then on the next day to directly get into the issues. And so basically the team can solve a lot of things by themselves without you having to jump in. And then lastly, once you understand how the business is organized, you have to, of course, look at how do you manage your tasks. There's different options. Some people use Notion, ClickUp, Asana, different types of operations. But in there as well, you need a good structure, how you manage your tasks, so that if you have an idea, something needs to be done, you just go into the task manager, know exactly where you will drop it, who you're gonna delegate it to, and then you know, boom, this gets done because there's workflows in your task manager. Super important. Now that was all about the business, but let's go one step deeper. To be able to build all of this, you need to organize yourself well. Is your day all over the place and the first thing you do in the morning is you directly check the phone and you have no boundaries, no structure whatsoever? That's a big problem, because then you will never get to building these things out or hiring people and so on, because you're always stuck in the fire in the operations of things. So you block time for the needle moving activities, also blocking other people's access to your calendar at these times, and then blocking your access to distractions, which are usually at these times email, Slack, and so on. You don't need to directly check Slack when you wake up. Once you have that flow and you're organized better, this will reflect into your business, and then you will see how you will step by step gain more time, things will be taken care of without you, and you will be less stressed. You can spend more time on the most important activities, and still at the end of the day, don't burn yourself out and grow your business the most efficient way possible. I'm curious, what is it for you? What are your best organization tips that you have implemented into your business? Be it, softwares or tools you're using, or strategies, meetings, and so on you're using. Put them in the comments. We read all of them. Looking forward to hearing from you. And if you want our help to scale your business to the next level without working all day and night, putting out fires, neglecting your health, or burning out, then go to kilianmarket.com and apply for your free consultation call, where we come up with a game plan to help you implement all these steps. Looking forward to seeing you on the call and on the next episode.